Welcome. So, um, in our last video, we created our free Jira account and we've gotten our token. So today we'll dive into Postman. Remember that this course is more of Postman, testing APIs with Postman, both manual and automation. So we're going to go into Postman. So we'll just say Postman login. Yeah, you could as well just download Postman from Windows, but I will prefer that we use this web version of it. But you can still download the window if you want to use the window version. So we're going to log in. This comes up. So then you click here, sign in, and use your Google as usual. Let's use Google to sign in. So this is sign in with Google. Just click that. Good. As usual, your Google account comes up. So you just click it. Just same process as we did on Jira. Same process happens here. Good. Okay, so now I want to make this clear. This I don't want to pause with so many theories. So I'm kind of cutting a lot of theories off. So we could just get our hand dirty with testing proper, which is the main reason we're having this course. But nonetheless, we're going to just do little theory and just to for you to understand, for those who doesn't really know much about Postman at all. So when you come into Postman, this is your workspace. And this workspace where you select, okay, most often when you sign, you're going to see this is my workspace. um yeah, this is your workspace. From your workspace, you're going to create your collection. I'm going to explain that now. So this is your workspace. This workspace is my workspace. We're going to delete this and then give a name to our own workspace. I'll show you how to create your own, customize your workspace, because of course you have to create a workspace. So for you to delete a workspace, of course, maybe there's a workspace you don't want any longer, you want to delete it, you look at here, this workspace setting. Then this is Postman. This is just the interface, right? You have your setting here. Here you could just go to setting and do some setup, you know, do some customization of what you want. Now for the font, you can increase it. For this purpose of this video, I'll just leave this on 15. Then you can do as much as you want. Your theme is dark, you can choose white, mine is dark and all that. So this is just setting, you know. Then for this workspace, for you to delete workspace, you click on this workspace setting and then you see delete here. So this is going to delete that particular workspace. Remember that there's a workspace that we saw here, my workspace, look at it here. So for you to delete, it's going to ask you to enter that workspace, right? If you don't enter it correctly, you can see this delete is not going to work, right? Until it's entered correctly. And once it enter correctly, this one becomes alive, so you can now delete it. So click delete. Now the workspace, see, my workspace has been deleted. So this workspace is completely empty now. There's nothing, you see, it's gone. So you can create a workspace. This where you create your workspace in Postman. We're going to create this workspace. Is important because without us creating our workspace, we're not going to be able to use it to test any API. So we're going to create this is the process. I just want us to go through this process, right? So once you sign up to your Postman, you're going to go to workspace and then create a workspace. And once you click on that create a workspace, it brings you to this place. Then you click on next. Now you can name your workspace. So let's call this Jira API test. Okay, so we can leave this on team. Now if you leave it on testing now, only you can have access to it. Private, that is private, is more for the common. You can see that this is for pro. Yeah, so you must upgrade before you get to this. This is for companies, right? So we can just leave it on team that it is, and then we'll click create. So our Jira name is Jira API test. Our workspace name, sorry, not Jira name. So that has been created. Now when you click on this workspace now, we're going to see the name. So these are workspace. This is where all our collections will be. Now you can now see it's empty outrightly. So we're going to see here you can create your collections. You see, so from here you get your collection name and all that. So this is pretty much on signing up with Postman, and the little you just need to know on Postman to actually start working with Postman. Postman is not difficult, so we are going to start working with it now. As we start working on it, as I said earlier, I want us to get our hands dirty. So I don't want to really put more on theories and all that. We're going to learn more on variables, how you create your variables and use your variables. Of course, for us to automate, we're going to make use of them. So I don't need to give you theories of that because that will kind of confuse you. When we start using them, you understand it better because I will be using them to carry out our testing, and it will be more practical so you understand it better. So that is pretty much the little we just have to know on Postman before we start using it on testing. So see you on the next video where we start our testing proper. Thank you and happy testing.